The midnight call. Lila hated working late, but the overtime pay was good, and she needed the money. The office building was eerily quiet after hours, with only the hum of fluorescent lights and the occasional clatter of her keyboard breaking the silence. She was alone on the 14th floor. Her coworkers had left hours ago, leaving her to finish a project that was due the next morning. At 11:37 p.m., her phone buzzed. A text message lit up the screen. "Are you alone?" She frowned, the hairs on her neck standing on end. The number was unfamiliar, and for a moment, she considered ignoring it. But curiosity got the better of her. "Who is this?" she replied. There was no response. She stared at her phone for a moment, uneasy, but then shrugged it off. People sent texts to the wrong numbers all the time. She went back to her work, determined to finish quickly and get out of there. At 12:03 a.m., her phone buzzed again. Another message. "You shouldn't be here." Lila's heart skipped a beat. She glanced around the office, the empty cubicles stretching out into the dimly lit space. A chill ran down her spine. Was this someone's idea of a prank? She typed back, her fingers trembling slightly. "Seriously, who is this?" A few seconds passed. Then came the reply, "I'm on my way." Lila stood up, her chair scraping loudly against the floor. She grabbed her phone and started walking toward the elevator, her pulse racing. The building security guard was on the ground floor. She'd just tell him about the messages and leave for the night. The elevator doors opened with a ding, and she stepped inside, pressing the button for the lobby. The ride was agonizingly slow, each floor lighting up on the display as she descended. Her phone buzzed again. "Don't take the elevator." Lila's breath caught. She stared at the message, her mind racing. How did this person know she was in the elevator? Panic set in as the elevator jolted to a stop between floors. The lights flickered, and the car went dark. Her phone buzzed again, the glow of the screen illuminating her pale face. "I'm here." The elevator's emergency light clicked on, bathing the small space in a dim, yellow glow. Lila's eyes darted around, her chest heaving. She pressed the emergency call button, but no one answered. Her phone buzzed once more. "Look up." She froze, dread coursing through her veins. Slowly, she tilted her head back. The elevator's ceiling panel was slightly ajar, and through the gap she saw it. An eye, bloodshot and unblinking, staring down at her. Lila screamed, dropping her phone. The panel slid open with a loud scrape, and something reached down. A pale, clawed hand grasping at the air. She pressed herself into the corner of the elevator, her mind screaming at her to move, to fight, but her body was frozen with fear. The hand retreated, and for a moment, there was silence. Then, the elevator jolted again, descending rapidly. It stopped with a hard thud, the doors sliding open to reveal the lobby. Lila stumbled out, her legs shaky, and looked around. The lobby was empty. Even the security desk was abandoned. She grabbed her phone from the elevator floor and dialed 911, but the call wouldn't go through. The screen flickered, static filling her ears. And then, through the static, came a voice. "You can't leave yet." She dropped the phone and ran for the front doors, her breath ragged. But as she pushed against the glass, it didn't budge. She turned back to the lobby and froze. The figure from the elevator was standing there. Its face was pale and gaunt, its eyes sunken and hollow. It smiled, a grotesque, unnatural grin, and raised a finger to its lips. "Shoo!" Lila's vision blurred, and the world around her seemed to shift. The lights flickered, and suddenly she wasn't in the lobby anymore. She was back in her office on the 14th floor, sitting at her desk, her computer screen glowing faintly. Her phone buzzed, and she looked down at it. The message read, "Are you alone?" Thanks for stepping into the unknown with us. If this story gave you chills, hit that like button, drop a comment with your favorite twist, and don't forget to subscribe, because the best stories always have another chapter waiting. See you in the shadows.